Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, before I start, I also publish on Rumble and I'm on all these places here. So it seems that AGESA 1.0.7.0 fixes temperature control issues on the 7000 burnouts. Seems to also fix some other things. We got Igor's lab, I think, that managed to get like this thing of what basically it does. But yeah, supposedly everything now it's good. It basically limited the voltages to 1.3, which is the safe one. Basically what's happening, I think it's like it overshoot the TJ Max stuff here, so it's the temperature ceiling on the CPUs, and it just then ramps up to the voltages and everything, and has to do to a certain degree with the expo stuff. I think it's what was triggering to a certain degree, and because I don't think we didn't see if these kind of issues were already happening. I suppose that's me wondering. I suppose we already saw this thing is if people didn't, I don't know, or because I don't remember they pushing a lot of BIOS updates, so this can't be triggered. I suppose some people were trying to, I don't know, mix tweaking with the expo settings or something in the expo settings, like trigger this kind of bug inside the AGESA microcode stuff. I don't know, but it seems to be solved. Just update your BIOS, go to your manufacturer motherboard and just upload the latest one again. Use the proper links. Don't Google search and hit the first link. Just make sure that the link is of the site is the proper one. Regarding other stuff, regarding the 4060 Ti, it's going to be a mess of a launch. Seems to be there is some picture of it, and supposedly uses GDDR6 dies for the memory, non-DX version. So all the crap that I've been doing here, it seems to be, this is like a rumor, this is not official images, of course, but it seems that besides having a lower VRAM capacity, lower VRAM bandwidth, it's a mess, and it seems to have not even using the GDDR6X memory that it's been used even in previous generations GPUs. I don't understand. It's mainly, I think it's they want to sell you GPUs for the tech. Basically, they're just doing them below the bare minimum to sell you kind of capable hardware, so then they can flaunt and marketing their DLSS free and fake frame rates and all that bullshit for you to sell you crappy GPUs, so they can make a lot of money out of it. I'm not sure regarding rumors of how it's going to be priced here. I heard rumors from almost 500 to 450, which is like, what the hell are you thinking, Nvidia? But yeah, we will see. We have to see how AMD is going to launch their mid-range. I heard some rumblings that the 7600 XT maybe be around like $300, give or take, around that value there. And okay, it also comes with 8 gigabytes of VRAM, but it has better memory bandwidth and everything, and memory bus also, which influences the memory bandwidth, and it seems to be at the same performance at the 6700 XT, I think, which is a good GPU for 1080p, and we really need some like mainstream, which is basically below $300 GPUs for the masses to play 1080p with decent graphics settings and everything. We really need this one, and we need some competition in this area. We already have from previous generation Intel. It's quite good. Comparing if below $300, if you catch one of Intel 7070, I think it's a good value. And also the 6700 XT is also from previous generation, very good value. But yeah, we'll need to see how it goes. We need to see some cheap GPUs, or else we are screwed. And continuing with screwing up players, we got Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Kind of get an apology of some sorts, but still, this is not good. I'm on the mindset that I wait for reviews of the games to see, and I try to watch as many reviews for a game before I decide to make a purchase regarding that game, because these people will only understand when the consumers vote with their wallet. The same thing, for example, for the GPUs. We saw some. I saw some stories around that people are even like returning 4090s and 4080s, and I think they are buying AMD, which are cheaper, and to a certain extent they have basically the same performance overall terms. We need to start voting with all. It's not making like the pre-ordering games and pre-ordering usually like the deluxe editions and everything. When they start to see that people don't buy the game like 1 week after launch, for people to get an idea if the game is good, if it is optimized for PC, they will not get the work that need to be done before launching a game. Of course, a lot of I assume that some of this bad optimization is mainly due to the hardware itself. Developers has been asking for the latest like 5 years for GPU manufacturers to increase their VRAM capacities, and also to a certain extent we need to with that increase the memory bandwidth, and the memory needs to be faster. The bandwidth and the bus memory also has to be bigger to accompany that VRAM quantity. A lot of it is mainly because the main market is still a lot of NVIDIA, which has crappy VRAM capacities, and especially the 4070, and we're going to see the 4060. They have very low memory bandwidth, which is not going to help. They can push the core's frequency to the maximum. It will not solve in the long term the memory issues that we're going to continue to see during the launch of these years. However, the game doesn't seem very well optimized to certain aspects of graphic capabilities, because from what I can gather, it's a lot when you start putting a lot of vegetation, which people don't understand. It's a lot of different textures. It's not the same texture copied all over the place, so it's different textures with different meshes to get more detail, and of course the environments detail. They push a lot of VRAM capacity. You need that buffer so that all the things that you, in this case, in the levels when everything is loaded up, has to be needs that buffer of VRAM quantity, and of course then to trigger everything. If you don't have enough memory bandwidth, it will get a stuttering and everything. But mainly, I think it's at the moment it's a mix between not good optimization and the fact that the hardware is, especially in the previous generation, starts to show that VRAM quantity it's needed more of that, and of course memory bandwidth, which in this case is memory bus also. I will wait and see after see what happens after the mandatory updates. I think in this, if we continue to pre-order games, we're going to see at least the first 2 weeks to first month of every launch of these new games here with new engines or updated engines. It's going to be a mess. If people continue to buy, the signal that it sends to these publishers is that it's okay, you will buy the same, and then you have to wait 1 month after you bought the game to have a playable experience on those games. But yeah, in other news, we got DLSS free mod for Elden Ring. Supposedly works now perfectly and should be released soon. The mod Pure Dark, I think it's did also he implemented the same kind of mod in Elden Scrolls Skyrim, but because the API direct DLSS API, it's different from Elden Ring and Elder Scrolls, because Elder Scrolls DirectX 11 and Elden Ring it's the 12 version. It took a little bit more time to put it in proper mode, but yeah, it seems to be working. Just wait until it launches if you are eager to experiment with this. I'm very eager to experiment Elden Ring by itself, and plus with some mods in the near future. I'm going to wrap up with some gaming deals we got on Steam, like Tom Clancy franchise sale. The only ones that I can recommend to a certain point is the Splinter Cell here. I'm an old school Splinter Cell. I played the first game when it came out, and I think I played almost all of them. I think I missed 1 or 2 games in a mix, but the better one, it's Blacklist. It's pretty decent. Conviction is not bad, and there is a lot of more games. It's like 6 games in total, but at least we have $5 this one. I think it's well worth it. I don't know how it runs at this period of time, because I remember playing at the kind of when it launched, like 2014. I don't know how it handles now in terms of graphic wise. For sure it's different from what I remember. And Conviction is not bad. It was when they input some extra mechanics like interrogations and kind of styles Panther and whatever it is. But yeah, it's cheap, it's good, and I recommend for you to try it to have like a taste of like at least the last one. It's decent. We got Observation also 75% off, like $5 give or take. For all intents and purposes, an excellent game, very positive in all the reviews basically, so it's a good one. We got Nier Replicant, which is even though this is like an upgraded version of the prequel to Nier Automata. It seems pretty good, very positive overall. It's 60% off, and of course Nier Automata, the sequel, it's also 50% off. This is like the Yorha edition, and more DLC here, so $5 for the DLC. Seems good. I'm very eager to also play to try this series here from the Nier Replicant and Automata, because I think the story and the themes that they approach here seems pretty good. We got also Bioshock franchise. I'll leave it here also in the page here, like 75% off on Bioshock Infinite, and then the remastered versions also like $2, $3, $5. Yeah, don't buy the original ones. It's not worth it. The remasters have better graphics, and the gameplay it's the same that the original ones. And lastly, from Steam we got Prey Digital Deluxe Edition, basically $8, I think, 80% off. This is the VR option, the Typhoon Hunter, so I'm not a VR guy. But yeah, you got the Prey plus the Moon Crash. I think this DLC is pretty decent. This is a very underrated game, and I really do recommend this one. I'm going to wrap up on GOG Space Out sale. We got a lot of stuff here. No Man's Sky 50% off. We got the X series, Everspace, System Shock here too. And we got more Alien Breeds, Homeworld franchise also. We got a lot of stuff here. If you like to, this one, Deep Sky, the Relics, it's kind of a Darkest Dungeon kind of thing, but with a setting on space. Alien Isolation, very excellent here. I already made a gameplay series at the time. I might, when I upgrade my computer, I might revisit this game and play it in 4K. I don't know if I will notice a lot of difference. It's been a while, but yeah, you got a lot of kind of space theme games here on GOG, and also we got this free game, Under the Moon. I don't know what kind of game it is. It seems like puzzle exploration with some mystery abound, but it's a free one on GOG. Feel free to check it out. I will leave links to everything in the description below. And I'm going to wrap up for today, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Till then, Kunamy Master out.